Hello students, this is Mr. Brooks. We're about to finish up our geography projects, and it's coming time to finish those final projects and be ready to present them. A few of you are asking me how to use Prezi. It is a pretty good presentation tool for you guys to use in order to, show that you understood the material that you did your research on, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a step above maybe just a basic PowerPoint. There's animations, and you can get really creative with them. Um, just a really good presentation tool. So everyone doesn't get bored, and it's not just a lot of you talking and having to hit slides. You can kind of follow it. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through a brief tutorial. What you'll do is, you'll sign up for Prezi, and you'll be here. You see, I've already got one done. But what we can do is we'll just click New Prezi, alright, and it'll start loading up. And you see there are a variety of templates you can choose from. You can choose what kind of style you want it in. And you see, there are a lot of different styles, so you can do this for other classes as well. You can look at these. Some of these would maybe be a good theme. But just for our purposes for just this tutorial, we'll just go right here to start a blank Prezi. Alright, and you see right here. So, it's pretty easy. It's a lot like making a PowerPoint. But you can see if I zoom out real quick, you can see everything. It's just a blank screen, blank grid, and you can just start adding things. So we'll start here. Say you're going to do your presentation over the Middle East. That's your region. Alright? And then, maybe put, by Mr. Brooks. Alright? So, that's your first one. You can drag things, center it all up. You can make these bigger. You can either drag it like that, or you can hit the plus sign, or minus sign to make it smaller. If you want to edit the text, you can do that. You just click edit text and change the style, title, subtitle, body. Change the font color. So say you maybe want it red. Alright, there's red, bold, italicized. This helps you center it like you want your title centered most likely, so you keep it there. And this just kind of helps with indentations. So click that, you move it to the left or right. This, put a background on it, so if you're having trouble seeing something, you can put a background so it'll show up. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. Edit this text, maybe move it over a little bit, center it, and make it look nice. Maybe make it red too. Sorry. Alright. So there's that. Okay, so right here you're ready to add to your next frame is what they're called up here. You can see up here, you can insert images, symbols, diagrams. You can even add videos and music. Alright, you can even upload a whole PowerPoint. But for this, we'll just insert frames. You can either do it up here, or you can just add down here. But let's say we don't want another circle. Let's say we'll do we'll just click insert frames, and we want to do a bracket. Alright, it's probably a good idea. You're probably going to be typing and using a title, so this one will be good. And the cool thing about this is you don't have to like click it or upload. You can just drag it out. Alright, see that's there. And say you need to move it so you can start working on it. Just zoom out. Alright, you can drag it over here, make it bigger. Alright, you're done with that. And you go over here, click add text. So some of the things you guys should probably put in your presentations, basic information about the region you studied. So the facts about the region. And then you'll type down here, maybe you want to do bullet points, you can do that. So the Middle East, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Just basic facts. Where is it at? What's it like? you know, um, inhabitants. Alright, maybe you want to do something, maybe you'll do another one. You can maybe just click down here to add. Alright, zoom out, another box, cool. Talk about the physiography. So, physical features, what it's like. Um, the like how it's around. So, the Middle East is it's a desert region. And then other facts like that. Alright, so, you talk about like stuff like that. You can do it however you want. You can put it all on one frame, or you can do it on multiple frames. But you should really hit upon like the facts about the region, what it's physically like, the climate, and maybe some important physical features of that region. All right. Other things you should probably include are a brief history of the region. So it's, you know, so you can add another one, or even if you don't want to do that one, they're easy to delete. You can just delete it like that. Say you want to go back to circles, and let's say you want to add a picture this time. All right, so maybe you can do this, and it's really easy to change the image. You just click that. You can and just hit replace. And the cool thing about Prezi is it actually has a Google search bar when you're ready to insert images, so you can enter things. So you can even just search Middle East. All right, and it'll actually pull up a map. You can choose from any of those. I like this one. So I can click on that. And I just hit replace. All right, look, like that. And some like a history of the region. All right, so you got that. And if you cool, it's space it out a little bit. You can scroll up or down to zoom in or zoom out. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes to make sure you're moving. You gotta kind of wait till it kind of highlights like it was. You can kind of see it's kind of the blues kind of lighting up a little bit. That's when you can kind of move it around, and you see it'll kind of help you line things up. You can see that dotted line right there, kind of center things. So and then from there you can go in and just move it around, do whatever style you want. And another thing you might want to do is probably add arrows. Okay, so adding arrows is really easy. You just click add arrows and draw there, and that's a really big arrow. Might not like that. So right here is where you can increase and decrease thickness. So if I click on that a few times, now the arrow's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit nicer. Style, you can change the color. So I think red's a good one for us, so we can do that. And if you decide you move things around a little bit, it's really easy. You just grab there, maybe move there, so you can adjust the arrow and positioning so it looks really nice and looks really neat. All right, you can go up here to themes. You can change the whole theme. So let's see. Let's go with Inferno. You can see that like changes kind of everything. The colors are different. There's a nice cool background to it. It's just it just looks a little bit more interesting. It's visual. It's very visually pleasing. And say you made a mistake, like say you don't like that, undo. It'll just undo it right there for you. All right. A really good thing is that it's an autosave, so you don't have to constantly save your things. So you notice, ever since I started this presentation, it's been saving this whole time. But if you want to make sure, you just click right there, and it'll save it again. If you want to see how your presentation is going, you can always click the present tool, and it'll show you. You can allow that. That just lets you use like the keyboard. So right arrow, facts about the region, physical description, and you can go into the history, and it's done. And you can just hit escape, and you're done. You're out. All right. Over here, you just got some stuff you can enable shortcuts, look some support, video tutorials, look at some frequently asked questions, what's been added, and you just check the ratio in your screen. This stuff really isn't that important, but you know, it's an option. And then when you're done, you want to click share, all right? And you can download it or as a PDF or as a portable Prezi. You don't really need to do that for this project. What I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you guys are going to do a Prezi, just click share Prezi, okay? And you'll be the owner. You can copy the link, all right, and add people to send this to. So you would send it to me, so alright, I would be the person that you add to, alright, and you just click add me, and an email will be sent to me and waiting for me to sign up so I can see it. If you don't want me to be able to edit your Prezi, you just put me as a viewer, alright? That way I can't actually make any changes to it, and you know, it's just something that I can view and see, and that way I'll be able to grade it and get back to you guys, you know, and you know, copy the link, alright? Yeah, guys, I look forward to seeing some of your finished products. Good luck on the rest of the project time, and I'll see you guys in class.